see here. All right, y'all gonna have to bear with me. I've been dealing with some really bad allergies, and as a result, I'm congested and I sound like this. All right, so I got a question on Twitter from someone asking about whether or not they would have to give up their guns if Biden wins the election and the Republicans still have control of the Senate while the Democrats have control of the House. The short answer to that question is not likely. But let's talk about the Senate for a second. So the way you get a bill passed in the Senate is you have a proposed bill, it goes to a committee, and then the committee debates about the issues on the bill. Then they go to a vote to bring the bill to the floor, bring the bill to discussion. Then they all discuss about it. Everybody gets up there, makes their speeches, and talks about all the issues regarding the bill, so forth and so on. And then they have to have a vote to then vote on the bill. I know it sounds weird, but that's the way the system works. Now, the vote to stop discussion requires a 2/3 in the Senate. Then after that, the vote to actually pass the bill requires a simple majority, which is just over 50, whatever, over 51% or over 50%. So if Biden wins and the Republicans have control of the Senate and the Democrats have control of the House, in the Senate, chances of an assault weapons bill or whatever type of gun control measure that Joe Biden wants to try to pass or the Democrats want to try to pass, chances of it actually passing, getting through the Senate are not very likely because the Republicans will more than likely filibuster that particular bill. And what that means is they will not allow discussion to end. They will not go to a vote to determine whether or not they should end discussion so that they can vote on the bill. Now, if the Democrats take control of the Senate, then things change drastically because then the Democrats will be in a position to get rid of the filibuster rule, which would not require a 2/3 vote in order to stop discussion on the bill to then go to a vote, which requires simple majority. I know this sounds confusing, but just walk with me. So that means that Democrats would ever take the bill, go to committee, then take it out of committee, bring it to discussion, and then they would proffer it up for a vote to take it out of discussion. They would only need more than 50%, where before they would need 2/3. And they don't have 2/3. Chances of them having 2/3 slim to none. However, once they do that, they pretty much that bill will fly straight through the Senate because they will get rid of the filibuster rule, which required a 2/3 vote. And they've already stated, the Democrats have already stated, this is what they plan to do in order to get their bills passed. So if Biden wins, Democrats are control of the Senate and control of the House, I'm telling you, we are going to get everything in the kitchen sink when it comes to gun control measures. They are going to try to do it all. And I know a lot of people like to talk about the Obama era where, we always talked about, they always say, yo, you said Obama was coming for our guns and so forth and so on. Now, understand, Obama did not have the votes. He didn't. He couldn't do it because you had the filibuster rule. He didn't have the support in Congress to pass these laws. It wasn't that he didn't try to. Obama tried to get an assault weapons ban passed. He did, especially after the Sandy Hook shooting. He tried to do it. He didn't have the votes. He couldn't push it through. That's just what it is. So, again, if Biden wins, Democrats take the House and the Senate. From a gun owner perspective, from a Second Amendment perspective, we're screwed. There's no ifs and buts about it. We're screwed. Now, the courts may be able to stop it after the fact, after going through that process. We don't even want it to get there. We just don't, because we don't even know what's going to happen if it gets to that point. Now, more than likely, considering the judges that have been appointed, chances are they'll find that assault weapons ban is unconstitutional. But we had an assault weapons ban in '94, so we can't say that it hasn't happened, it can't happen again. And this assault weapons ban is 10 times worse than that one. However, if, say, Biden wins and the Republicans maintain control of the Senate and the Democrats have control of the House, the Republicans more than likely will utilize their power in the Senate to stop any gun control measures, legislation or measure from getting out of the Senate to even go to a vote or to even get that bill to the president's desk. Now, if Trump wins and let's say Trump wins and then the Democrats take control of the Senate and the House, they'll get the bills passed through Congress, but Trump would then have either the ability to sign off on the bill, veto the bill, or pocket veto the bill. A pocket veto basically is he doesn't even really address it. He just sits on it and waits for Congress to get out of session, and then the bill dies. And then the other scenario is if Trump wins and then we have the Republicans in control of the Senate and the Democrats are in control of the House, that pretty much would be ideal for the most part as far as protecting the Second Amendment. It won't be foolproof, but it's relatively ideal, because then we have the stopgap with the Republicans sitting on whatever bill tries to come through the Senate from a gun control perspective, and then you have the Democrats in the House. They're going to do what they do, and even if a bill does finally get to the desk of Trump, chances of him signing off on that bill are slim to none, especially considering he's already stated that he will sign off on a national reciprocity bill. So I don't see Trump signing off on an assault weapons ban bill or a bill to end the Protections in Commerce and Arms Act, which protects the gun industry from frivolous lawsuits and things of that nature. So by and large, we're in a weird place right now. We're all kind of waiting to see what happens. Biden, with Democrats in control of the House and the Senate, it was bad. Biden, Republicans in control of the Senate and the House, and then House is controlled by Democrats. That's pretty bad, but it's not game changing. And also, since there's a chance that Biden might become the president, and we'll have to live in these things a lot longer, right now we have the performance mask at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. And no, these aren't the masks that suffocate you to death. You can breathe in this mask. It's lightweight material, very high quality. You know how I do. But anyway, so if you're interested, go on to shop.mrcolionnoir.com, grab your mask. And all these masks, I have them in all the designs that I have in my hats and my shirts as well. So go on to shop.mrcolionnoir.com and see what you got. All right, folks.